And we open here in Rich Schwab Field, where a little bit of rain has fallen on the morning, but at a current start time of 12:36, it's almost ready for the first pitch here in Rich Schwab Field, where the battle in the CCC continues. It's the Bushnell Beacons, who are 5-11, also taking on the Carroll Fighting Saints. They're also 5-11, coming off of a series loss to Southern Oregon and College of Idaho. So two teams in the top 25 for the NAIA softball rankings, and it's been a little bit of a tougher time for both of these teams to kind of build themselves up and get some wins. Unfortunately, the Thunderbirds came into town here against the Beacons and took it to the Beacons. They got swept, and they're just looking to come back after the College Idaho series. It's nice to be back at home, be back into the rhythm, and get something started here, and playing a team that is very, when you look at the numbers, very close to what the Beacons are this year. I'm your voice, CJ Flores. Alongside me is Jacob Dennis for this great matchup. Jacob, do you have any opening thoughts about what Carroll has to do to try to get this win here in Bushnell and catch another in-conference win?
Yeah, Carroll was looking to do the same, snap their 6-game losing skid in which they were outscored 48-15. Highlighted by their stars, Kenneth Thomas, Sammy Labram, and Morgan Sunchild, the Saints are looking to provide offense early against the Beacons. And Bushnell is also looking to snap their 9-game losing streak today against the Saints and hopefully turn their fate around heading into the second half of the season.
Absolutely. When you look at the CCC standings, Bushnell, unfortunately, is at the bottom. They're 0-6, have yet to catch a conference win. That is what today is about. It's about having Emily Cole dominate in the circle and get this work.
Please pray with me. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you.
And we'll return right after this break for the national anthem and first pitch in the circle, where Emily Cole will take the field.
It's in your name that we play.
And we're back just before the top of the first, where on the defensive side, we're going to go through the lineup. Batting first for the Bushnell Beacons is going to be Brooklyn Rondo, followed by Haley Wamble and Ashley Martin batting in the third. Violet Richardson is batting cleanup. Sarah Martin is going to follow that in 5. And Riley Peeler is going to be the 6th. Rounding out 7, 8, and 9 is going to be Brianna Wilson, Gracie Hamilton, and Shiloh Mead. On the opposite side, for the Carroll Fighting Saints, it's going to be Katie Slater, Kenna Thomas, and Sammy Labram in the top 3. Morgan Sunchild is batting cleanup. 5, 6, and 7 is Alyssa Livert, Carly Smith, and Liz Ybarra. Followed by 8 and 9, it's going to be Brooklyn Jackson and Ellie Korber. And in the field, everybody's favorite, Emily Cole, 1.8 ERA on the year. Her wins is 2-6. She's inside the circle today. Behind the dish is going to be Gracie Hamilton, followed by Riley Peeler at first, Shiloh Mead at second, Ashley Martin at shortstop, and Violet Richardson at third. It's going to be Brianna Wilson in the outfield on the left side. It's going to be Brooklyn Rondo in center field and then Haley Wamble rounding out right field. So that's what we got going on so far before this first pitch gets on its way. And that's going to be Katie Slater. On the left side batter's box, just adjusting her gloves, trying to get this one started. Hamilton following all the way back, just behind the dish. And we're almost ready, Jacob, for some first inning action here in Rich Schwab Field.
Yeah, we have Emily Cole in the circle today, posting a 1.81 ERA across 8 games. Unfortunately, she's only 2 and 6 in those games, so she needs to get some run support from her offense.
So it's going to be Katie Slater in that left-handed batter's box, facing Emily Cole. First pitch on its way, catches it just on the outside corner, make that for strike one. So delivering early here is Cole on the first pitch seen by Slater, catching on the outside line. So the count 0-1 from Cole, firing down. A little check swing that bounces out into the left side line, and that's going to make this count 0-2 for Katie Slater, and she's already behind. So good little check swing by Katie Slater. Trying to put it in play, but it's all about straightening it out. She's already seen 2 pitches. She is behind, and that's what Emily Cole likes. So the 0-2, firing away up and high at the eyes, and that calls for ball 1.
Yeah, Katie Slater, their leadoff hitter, definitely trying to get on base for those power hitters coming up in Kenna Thomas and Sammy Labrum.
So that second one coming down, chopped. Count remains the same at 1-2 for Slater. Slater, who is a left-handed batter, bats a total of .318 on the season. So far has 14 hits and 8 runs on the year. Cole in the circle with the 1-2 delivering. Just off the left side of the plate. And they're going to make this count 2-2. And early, Slater fighting her way back. Ump shows 2-2. Cole sets herself in the circle with the winding deal. A check swing, lightly taps that one in a short, shallow field for Brianna Wilson, and that's going to put Katie Slater on base.
And what an ability to just pop it out right into left field and find the gap.
Yeah, she went in there, tried to poke one out short, and it wasn't enough for Violet Richardson to move all the way back, unfortunately, because it just gone over the top of her head. So now popping into the lineup, batting second, is going to be Kenna Thomas, number 4. So far this year, Kenna Thomas, the right-handed batter, bats .371, 13 hits on the year.
And Kenna coming off a rough game at Southern Oregon, going 0 for 3, so hoping to turn that around today.
So that pitch count is going to be 0-1, catching it right down the heart of the strike zone. But Gracie Hamilton thought that Slater was going to steal through the ball down, and Martin was not ready for that one, but that's okay. So now with the right-handed batter and Thomas, seeing that second pitch just in the heart of the strike zone again. So another 0-2 count here for Emily Cole.
Emily Cole able to fire another one in there, right past the batter.
So with Slater on the base, Kenna Thomas is down 0-2. Cole still looking for the first strike. Can she get it? Ball's fouled up and at the fence.
Yeah, Kenna Thomas definitely seeing it now. If I were Emily Cole, I'd maybe go to an off speed here.
Yeah, maybe throw a riser, try to get her reaching up the top of the zone. But Cole, excellent reset in the circle. Lets the 0-2 fly. Another foul ball for Thomas. But the count remains the same, and Slater still remains on first. So with the count for 0-2, really it's all about Thomas putting this in play and trying to advance the runner to put him in scoring position here early into the top of the first. So top of the first score is 0-0 for Cole, and the count 0-2. The 0-2 dealing. Fouled off again on the bottom of the barrel of Thomas. Kenna Thomas on the year has 10 RBI hits. Just to let everybody know, there is a runner on base in first. It's Slater. Cole deals the 0-2. This one popped out high into center field, and Wamble makes the catch in right center. So that's going to retire Thomas.
Number 6, Sammy Labor.
Beautiful play by Wamble
For the first out.
Move laterally and be able to snag that fly ball out and right.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an athletic play, just coming off the right side. She did an excellent job on the track. So now here in the top of the first, Emily Cole has her first out, thanks to Haley Wamble, and Slater's on first. Clean slate coming down the heart of the strike zone. That makes that one strike one for Sammy Labrum. Sammy Labrum is the first baseman for this team. Dealt just on the outside pitch, so count is now 1-1 with 1 out. And just going back to Sammy Labrum so far on the year, she's got 10 runs, 18 hits. She bats an average of .367. The 1-1 coming down, tipped off the side. And Cole in a familiar position, 2 strikes with only 1 ball.
And even though Sammy Labrum and Carroll lost their last 3 games against Southern Oregon, the #1 team in the league, she hit very well, hitting over 300 in every game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great point. The 1-2 firing away. This one hit hard deep into center field for Rondo. She's going to make that catch and retire the second batter for the Bushnell Beacons. And the defense is alive today, as you can see.
Good job from Rondo being able to get that in early and avoid the tag.
Yeah, Rondo doing an excellent job, and that one flied out. So entering the circle now is going to be Morgan Sunchild. Morgan Sunchild is the power hitter for this team. She bats in the cleanup spot. She is a returner on the team from that Mount Hood championship. This one popped up on the first one. Ashlyn Martin trying to get it, but Shiloh Mead is going to come down with the fly. And that will retire the 3rd out of the inning here in the top of the 1st. And that's going to do it. We'll be right back on Bushnell Streaming Network for the bottom of the 1st.
Brooklyn Rondo.
And we're coming back here in the bottom of the 1st. And leadoff hitter, looking Rondo. Of course, by the Beastie Boys here. Brooklyn, I love it. If you're a Beacon fan, you got to love her walk-up song. And in the middle of the circle is going to be Vinner, Kennedy Vinner. This year she's 4 or 5 on the year. That first pitch coming down in the heart. And Brooklyn just taking a look at it. I think that's a great first take. So Venner, already 1 strike to her name. The twist and fire. Booking Rondo making contact, splitting up the middle on a short fly ball. It's almost like a small liner, but she advances to first.
Yeah, we were talking about a hot start being essential for Bushnell today, as 4 out of the 5 of their last wins this season came from scoring 4 or more runs in the first 3 innings. So getting going early is important for them.
Absolutely, and this is Haley Wambolt. She got her first little bit of action in the top of the 1st, retiring Kenneth Thompson. This year, she bats about, on the year is about 300. But for the Bushnell Beacons, with Rondo on first, shows bunt. That one's backed out of here. And that'll make the count 0-1 here. So not putting herself ahead, but is putting herself in a position to try to advance the runner at first.
And I wouldn't put away the possibility of a steal here with the speedy Brooklyn Rando at first.
Yeah. So Wambolt, who bats 400 and OPS of 1.15, sees that second pitch coming low. Brooklyn Rondo on the steal, and it is in time. Put herself in an excellent position, and the runner advances. And Brooklyn Rondo adds a steal to her name. It's getting a little windy here in Rich Schwab. We apologize for the for the little bit of static and noise. But so far, Bushnell doing exactly what they aim to do here. Come back strong at home and try to get into a rhythm. So the 1-1 on its way. That one dished down and retired by Morgan Sunchild.
Sunchild did a great job anticipating that bunt, creeping up early, being able to throw it to first quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great crash on the infield, and they did an excellent job at making sure that somebody was on first.
Love that walk-up song.
Yeah, this is Ashlyn Martin. She's a Eugene local, for those who don't know, the Sheldon alumni. Has won 2 state championships with the team this year. Is batting 122. Sees that first pitch come at the letters, but it's going to not hit the top of the zone. So count here in the bottom of the first. 1 ball, no strikes with only 1 out. And Brooklyn Rondo at third. So a runner in scoring position for the Beacons early. Venner with the pitch, sends it up high at the eyes.
And Martin, a 2-time state championship winner with Sheldon High School.
Yeah, she knows what it's like to get moments, to run batters in. This is a winner. You talk about somebody who's been through the process of being on a championship team. That is Ashlyn Martin, the freshman. Venner, the 2-0 pitch, firing away. Catches it in the middle. And now it counts 2-1 with 1 out and Rondo on third. So Venner sets herself, fires the 2-1. This one hit hard by Martin up the middle. That brings in Rondo, and she'll keep herself on first. So a single RBI and makes the first points.
Excellent piece of hitting by Ashlyn Martin, being able to just poke it out to center. Great piece of hitting, choke up on the bat and swing it through.
Yeah. And now, everybody's favorite, the Bushnell Beacons' favorite, it's Violet Richardson, the cleanup batter, the home run leader for the CCC with 4 on the year. So Martin on first, Violet Richardson up with a clean slate. Venner to deliver.
We were talking about Violet Richardson. She is instrumental to the Beacon's success, as Richardson is batting .421 with 16 hits, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, and a .868 slugging percentage, which leads the team in every single category.
And that's Violet Richardson for you, making her impact as a sophomore immediate. Venner with the 1-0 pitch, sends it on the inside, catches the corner, and that's going to make this count 1-1 here for Violet Richardson and Ashlyn Martin, who's on first, trying to put herself in scoring position, try to make this 2. But here in the bottom of the first, the score 1-0 in favor of the Beacons with a 1-1 count. Venner to deliver, sends it low, and Martin's going to take the easy steal. So Martin advances to second on not so much a wild pitch, but just the ball that got away from Libert.
Absolutely. And Violet Richardson really trying to take advantage of her season this year. Last year, played in and started 20 games as a freshman before an injury cut her season short, in which she hit .358 with 19 hits.
So Venner, the 2-1 on its way. Swung all the way through by Richardson, and now that count is 2-2 with Martin on second. So Venner doing an excellent job of making Violet Richardson work in this at-bat, and she's found her way to claw back to tie this one like laces. Venner with the twist, delivers the 2-2, sends it up high, and is called for ball 3.
Yeah, Richardson definitely looking to be aggressive here, full count.
It's all about putting the ball in play, but Violet Richardson is someone who, if she sees her pitch, she will take it out of the left field. So Venner with the twist, delivers the full count, swung all the way through by Violet Richardson, and she will have her first strikeout of the night. So Venner making that 2 outs here in the first, bottom of the first, and gets her first strikeout of the inning. So coming up is Sarah Martin, pitcher, but also designated player today. The clean slate with the other Martin on second. That pitch coming down the heart of the strike zone. Count 0-1 here.
Yeah, Kennedy Varner doing an excellent job of just firing it into the strike zone.
Sarah Martin's not someone that we talk too much about the hitting, but she's batting .229 on the year. She has 8 hits with 2 doubles so far. That 0-1 coming from Venner, tipped off of the bat from Sarah Martin. So count 1-1 here. Excuse me, 0-2 now. With 2 outs. Sarah Martin seeing the pitch. Put up high by Venner. And Sarah Martin catching a huge break into the count.
Yeah, Sarah Martin doing a great job laying off that high pitch. Not always easy to do.
No, it's not, especially when you see it and you're eager. So the count here at the bottom of the first is 1-2. Bushnell leads by 1. Another pitch delivered just low at the strike zone and will not catch. And another familiar situation, the same situation that she had Violet Richardson in the at-bat before. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. My favorite triple-double to call. Venner with the twist. Sends it down. Swung up high by Martin, and she retires the second batter straight on a strikeout.
Excellent job by Kennedy Venner, able to get out of that inning, not give up too many runs.
Absolutely, and we'll be right back here for top of the second action here in Rich Schwab Field. Alyssa Lippert to come up, Carly Smith, and Yabara. And we return. We're back here in the top of the second, where Emily Cole reclaiming her spot into the middle of the circle. Looking to have another great inning. She only allowed 1 runner on base in Katie Slater, but then had 3, yes, you heard me right, 3 pop-outs to end the inning. So Emily Cole facing Alyssa Lippert on that clean slate pitch that she swings at. It makes this count 0-1. Lippert on the year so far, she has 8 hits, 3 runs. She bats .205. She's the senior. She plays third. Plays catcher.
And Alyssa Lippert, .205 on the season, but only 2 strikeouts in her entire season this year. So a great contact hitter, just hasn't been very fortunate in terms of where the ball is going.
Yeah, and she's put herself behind early here, taking the first swing and now taking the second pitch. The 0-2 delivering from Cole. Catches it down low, not on the corner of the zone, but just off the right side of the plate. So Alyssa Lippert, the right-handed batter, catches a break there.
You know, I think that's a perfect pitch from Emily Cole, able to get something out of the strike zone, trying to get Lippert to chase.
The 1-2 from Cole, winds and deals. Another one popped up high, but it is going to be out on the right side. A little nice souvenir for some of the Beacon fans sitting on the left side of the field. But here in the top of the second, there are no outs. Alyssa Lippert is the leadoff hitter. So ball 1 with 2 strikes. Cole with the 1-2, firing away. This one batted down the left field line, but it is foul.
Third base coach trying to snag that ball off the ground, probably not the best idea in this cold.
Yeah, you got to wonder for Alyssa Lippert, if she catches a ball on the inside part of her bat, how stinging that's going to feel with the cold air that we have going through the greater Eugene and Springfield area, which is where we're currently at. Emily Cole, the pitch with 1-2. Firing away. This one lined all the way out into center field, but Rondo making the catch.
Excellent play by Rondo in center, being able to come in quickly, make that catch.
Excellent routine play by Rondo. Hitting a little hop in the center field, and that's going to retire the first out of the top of the second. So now coming up is Carly Smith, the designated player. Where's number 31? Sees the clean slate, coming on through. This one batted directly back to Cole, and she'll retire her and throws it to Peeler. So first pitch, first work for Carly Smith, and her first out of the inning.
This is exactly what Emily Cole is looking for, keeping the pitch count low, as she is very good at actually completing her games. In 8 appearances, she has 5 complete games.
That's an excellent point, Jacob. And now it's Liz Ybarra coming into the left-handed batter box, facing Emily Cole on a clean slate. The first pitch, taken just on the outside, but Emily Cole catches the strike zone. So count 0-1 here with 2 outs in the top of the second. Score remaining the same in favor of the Beacons with 1. So Emily Cole, the 0-1. This one swung all the way through, but catches the bottom of the barrel for Ybarra.
Emily Cole up 2-0 in the count again. She's really able to put the pressure on the hitters early.
Yeah, this is one of the moments where it seems like Carroll is kind of taking every opportunity to swing early and fight their way back. Emily with the 0-2, another one hard chopped by Ybarra. As that one flies out the left side, it's foul.
And Cole's being very accurate today. Not a lot of balls, most of the pitches well in the zone. I'm sure that's why Carroll's being so aggressive. The pitches are right there for him.
Yeah, with somebody who's so accurate, you have to be. Cole delivers, though, to this one, batted directly at Ashlyn Martin, cannot haul the backhand, and Ybarra with the speed will advance the first on an error from Ashlyn Martin.
Ashlyn Martin couldn't quite snag that in time. Tried to get it off the fly at first, but just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, the grounder just coming through the backhand on Ashlyn Martin. She couldn't quite haul that one in. And then Liz Ybarra extending the Fighting Saints inning here in the top of the second with 2 outs. So Ybarra on first, and in the box is Brooklyn Jackson. The clean slate delivering, Ybarra taking a huge lead off but does not steal.
Yeah, same situation here with Brooklyn Jackson. 25 at-bats on the season, only 2 strikeouts. So obviously a very good contact hitter or has a very good eye.
Yeah, she bats 200 on the year, has 5 hits so far. Cole delivering this 1-0, making that 1-1.
Cole just so accurate, just firing every pitch right into the strike zone.
Yeah, Cole, when she lasers in, her focus is unbroken in between the circle. So count 1-1, under, and fired down at the zone. Another one thrown from Hamilton at first, but will not get Ybarra in time.
That's a good look from Hamilton, you know. She was taking a big lead over at first. Really harmless to throw it over there at first and check.
Yeah, I think that was a great decision by Hamilton trying to catch the lead runner, but was just a hair too shy there. Count 2-1 as Cole fires. This one put down into play, but is going to be called fouled as it didn't touch the plate on the way out.
That might have been off her foot.
Yeah, it seems to be. The wind moving around some of our papers, giving us a little bit of a chilly factor. But we're still locked in here in Rich Schwab Field, where the count is 2-2 with 2 outs and Ybarra on first. Jackson sees that 0-2, comes in on the corner, throw down from Hamilton. Is it in time? It will not be. Ybarra finding a way to slide her way through second.
Ybarra just got a terrific jump on that, able to steal second there.
Yeah, she had a really big leadoff, so you knew it was coming, especially with a count that is now full.
Smart with 2 outs to get someone on second base, so hitting the outfield can score a run.
Cole, the 3-2, delivers, sends it inside, but it's fouled out. Brooklyn Jackson, what an excellent job. Has seen about 6 pitches through this at-bat so far. Has really found a way to make contact and be aggressive at the plate.
Yeah, really battling through the count, looking for her pitch here on the payoff.
And Emily Cole now caught into the top of the second inning with 2 outs with a full count. It's gone a little bit longer than she would have liked. But what will she choose to finish Jackson? This one sent down, a liner hit all the way through on right field. And Ybarra will score. Jackson still going, the triple. Will it happen? Yes, it does for Brooklyn Jackson. So a small liner hit down on the right field. And that's a triple for Brooklyn Jackson.
It's exactly what the Saints needed, being able to tie this game up early and not let the lead get too big.
Now batting number 29, Ellie Kerber.
So now, batting number 9 is going to be Ellie Korber, but we do have a little bit of a conversation in the middle of the circle from the Bushnell Beacons. I mean, this is very similar to what had happened in, I want to say, Game 1 against UBC. This was a moment where the Beacons had got caught in an inning that lasted a little bit too long for their liking. I think that's what they're trying to avoid.
I think just limiting the damage if you're the Beacons, just being able to get out of this inning, be able to get back on offense, and put some more runs supported.
Yeah. So Kerber is going to be the batter in the right side handed. So Ellie Kerber. The clean slate from Emily. Firing away on that inside. Catches the corner of the zone. And something that Emily has done so well is put herself ahead early into the counts. It's just been hard for the defense to close it out. So Jackson on third. Cole to deliver. Sends this one all the way through.
If I were Emily, I would try to mix up the weapons a little bit. Throw an off-speed in. Throw something in the dirt. Something to get the hitters to chase.
Yeah, something just on the outside that looks good. She's got a lot of command. Cole, the 0-2. Winds and deals. Sends it just at the top of the zone, and we'll catch for ball one. So
Great
here
eye by Ellie Kerber.
Exactly. So here in the top of the second, the count is 1-2, and we're all tied up at one apiece. Cole takes her time and lets it fly, sends it down low. And again, tied 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This was the same number that we had seen against Liz Ybarra before, of course, getting on base. So Cole sends that 2-2 just on the inside and gets it for strike 3. Ellie Kerber got caught looking. And we'll be right back for bottom of the second action here on the Bushnell Streaming Network. Imagination Library, and we're back for bottom of the second action for Bushnell. Just a little bit of an advertisement from Vanity. First pitch seen by Riley Pillars at the bottom. So making this count 0-1 here for Riley Peeler. And Venner doing an excellent job at in the circle. So far tonight, she's already got a strikeout to her name, 2 strikeouts. This Peeler sees his second pitch just off the plate and counting 1 apiece.
Riley Peeler, a fan favorite. Violet Richardson actually had high praise for her energy and positivity as a teammate. And so far, she's been on a great start to this year with 2 doubles and a .375 average.
Yeah, she has 13 hits so far on the year. Here comes the 1-1. Tapped off the bottom of the barrel on a small, not so much a check swing, but it did catch the bottom of the bat, and that is a strike. So tough situation for Peeler here. Count 1-2 in the bottom of the second. The umpire allowing Venner and Libert to take their time. Not too sure if it's a glove issue. I see Venner trying to work at it, but nothing official so far yet.
Definitely seems to be an equipment issue here. There's no conversation being had at the mound.
So far through 2 innings, we've seen an inning where Bushnell had gotten stuck in a 2-out scenario. There were 2 outs. You only needed to get 1 more. Ybarra sets herself up on first, stole second, and then advanced to third because Brooklyn Jackson had put herself on. She's on a hard hit triple down into right field.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that brought in Liz Ybarra. So Ybarra scored and making it 1 here apiece. In the bottom of the second, that count 1-2, just off the side of the plate again. Now tied at 2 apiece.
And Riley Peeler played her last 2 seasons in Coos Bay and was first team all-conference as an infielder. So transferring over here to Bushnell, hoping to have the same success she had there.
And Peeler just doing an excellent job of trying to fight her way back into the count. Venner with the twist, the 2-2. Sends it really inside off the elbow. And they're going to say it caught her. So on a hit by pitch from Venner, Peeler advances the first. It was a very close call just off the elbow.
Now batting number 2, Brenna Wilson.
Brenna Wilson coming up to bat. Batting second so far in the bottom of the second. She does wear number 2. On the air, she bats 186, has 4 runs and 8 hits so far with a total bases of 12. Peeler on first. Wilson trying to advance. Shows bunt. Sends it down into the middle. Venner scoops this one up and sends it to first. So Labrum retires. So with that, Wilson retires, but advances the runner. And that was the main mission.
Now batting number 3,
Yeah, just getting that runner to second is important for her. Definitely, if she could do it again, wanted to get that bunt a little over more towards third base, give herself a better chance of getting on base.
So Gracie Hamilton, the catcher for this team, usually playing behind the dish. Find yourself in the right-handed batter's box with a clean slate. Peeler on second, a runner to take this one ahead. Venner sends that clean slate pitch at the numbers. Will not catch the top of the zone, and the count was 1-0 here. So 1 out in the bottom of the second. Peeler on first, Peeler on second in scoring position. Venner, that 1-0 coming through. High again at the letters. And the count's going to be 2-0 here with 1 out. So 2 balls, no strikes so far for Venner in this at-bat. Hamilton seeing it, shows bunt, puts it down, but it's going to touch before the base and it will not count. So Peeler taking the short jog from third to second. She returns back.
Yeah, Gracie Hamilton probably should have pulled that one back because the ball went very low. Not an ideal pitch to bunt on.
Yeah. But she still finds herself ahead here with 2 balls and 1 strike. Venner sends it high again at the eyes. Just a little bit of a wild pitch trying to find her command.
Yeah, Gracie Hamilton, great eye there. Now she's ahead in the count looking for her pitch here.
Yeah, Gracie Hamilton knew that there was no reason to take the ball high. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitter's choice here. Venner sends it. This one popped up by Hamilton. It's going to go out the right side of Rich Schwab for foul. And here's the thing about that pitch. Yeah, it was 3-1. She decided to take a chop at it, but she finds herself now in a full count scenario with only 1 out, but Peeler is on second. So Venner lines up the full count. Sends it down low. This one barely tattooed into the infield and off the hands of Sunchild. Peeler stays at second.
Yes.
Hamilton advances to first.
Smart by Peeler staying on second there. If she went to third, she could have gotten thrown out there.
I think she would have gotten tagged on the way there.
Yeah.
And that was the problem, so smart decision, smart base running decision.
Absolutely.
And that's going to bring up Shyla Mead. Shyla Mead so far hasn't batted a whole lot this year, but has 2 runs, 2 hits, and just been walked twice. So runners at first and second in the bottom of the second in the clean slate. This one fouled down the third baseline by Shyla Mead, who stands in the right-handed batter's box.
Yeah, we've talked about the aggressiveness of the Bushnell Beacons, like really swinging early in the count, really trying to jump on these pitchers and get runs early in the game.
And Venner, who was actually very good with the command early, she struck out Violet Richardson, struck out Sarah Martin back-to-back. And here in the bottom of the second, it seems to be a little bit of a different story for her.
Yeah, she finds herself in a bit of a jam here with 2 runners on and only 1 out.
So Venner with 2 runners on, the count 0-1. Showing bunt, that one is bunted down. making the grab from Sunchild, throws it to first, and that will get Shiloh Mead, but the runners advance. So Hamilton on second, Peeler is now on third.
Interesting choice there from Mead Bunting. Traded the out for 2 runners advancing on the base pass, but you do have 2 runners in scoring position now up for Brooklyn Rondeau.
Yeah, and it's the leadoff hitter. Brooklyn Rondeau poked out a little center fielder ball, put herself on first, and Venner sends this one away. This one catching the top of the strike zone, but it is going to be called for ball 1.
Yeah, excellent opportunity here for the Beacons. A base hit into the outfield scores 2 here.
So count 1-0 for Brooklyn Rondeau and the Beacons. This one sent down, catches the inside zone, and that's going to be 1-1 now, tied up.
Excellent pitch from Varner there.
Yeah, I think Werner needed to put that one in a place that could be called for a strike but wasn't attainable by the batter. Sends the second 1-1. This one swung all the way through by Brooklyn Rondeau. And now, in an unfamiliar situation, she's down in the count. So 1-2 with 2 outs. Peeler on third. Hamilton on second. Venner delivers high. And now the count again, tied 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Here in the bottom of the second, the score is still tied. The Beacons have 1. The Fighting Saints have 1. And Venner looking to close it. This one swung all the way through by Brooklyn Rondeau. And she will get the 3rd strikeout. And that will end the bottom of the second. We'll be right back for top of the 3rd action on the Beacon Streaming Network.
Leading off the 3rd, number 8, Katie Slater.
And welcome back to the Bushnell Streaming Network, where it's top of the 3rd action for Emily Cole and the Bushnell Beacons, who remains in the circle. So far, she only has 1 strikeout, but it is one that she caught Ellie Kerber looking at. And we return to the top of the lineup. It's Katie Slater in the left-handed batter's box. She was retired earlier. Excuse me. She did poke one over the head of Violet Richardson to get on base. She looks to get on base again. This one's sent just off the side of the plate. Count being 1-0. So Slater finding herself back against Emily Cole. She's already gone 1-0 here. Cole, the wind, sends it off the side of the plate again. And the count now is 2-0 with no runners on, no outs. Here in the top of the 3rd.
Yeah, and Katie Slater ahead of the count, definitely looking to get on base here with her power hitters coming up behind her.
Emily Cole, the 2-0, winds and deals. This one batted down to Violet Richardson and retired by Peeler.
Excellent play from Violet Richardson, able to move laterally, zip it over to first in time, and get the speedy Slater.
Yeah, excellent play at 3rd by Violet Richardson, who leads all batting statistics pretty much for the Beacons. Helping out on defense, just showing that she's much more than just the bat.
Absolutely.
So now the Beacons have 1 strikeout, have 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. Cole delivering that clean slate. catches the inside part of the corner, and that's called for strike one. It's been a chilly day here for the Beacons in Rich Schwab. Have a little bit of a rain warning coming in and out, but they're fighting through, and it's showing so far. Cole with the 0-1. Sends that one down, and it's perfect. Count is now 0-2, and Kenna Thomas having to play a little bit of catch-up as she flew out to Haley Wamble earlier in the top of the first. Cole delivering the 0-2, this one down on the ground. And that brings up ball one. Peeler walking to Cole, giving her some advice. Showing count 1-2 here. The deal. This one batted hard into the right field line. Wamble can't quite haul it in. And Thomas stops on second.
That's another extra base hit out into right field for Carroll. Really using the right side of the field here.
Yeah, they're really utilizing that second stretch down into the latter part of right field. Tough situation as Gracie Hamilton calls time and approaches Emily Cole inside of that circle.
Yeah, and if you're Gracie Hamilton, what are you saying to Emma Cole here?
Yeah, I think if you're Gracie Hamilton, it's all about, you know, reassuring Bushnell that the defense is going to take care of her, right? It's unfortunate that it got hit so deep into right field and just so far right that there really wasn't any attempt for Haley Wamble to go out and try to make a play. It was more of play the ball of where it lies. And it's all about trust. It's something that this Beacons team has really built themselves around. It's been about the support. It's been about the trust. And I think that that's really what Hamilton is trying to drill home for Cole, who is such an effective pitcher here in the CCC. And the 1.8 ERA speaks for itself with a whip of 1.3. So runner on second for Carroll. The pitch coming down the clean slate. Hamilton popping out of the squat, but doesn't feel the need to throw down. Here in the top of the third.
We continue talking about the command of Cole, but I keep wanting to mention it because it's ridiculous, her ability to just be able to fire each pitch in with such great command.
Cole with the 0-1. This one down at the knees, but he's batted hard and foul. So Sammy Labrum taking a good job to try to stay alive in this at-bat, but is down in the count with 0-2.
Yeah, excellent opportunity here for Bushnell to get a second out in this inning.
This is something that is nice to see. You see the teammates talking to each other. You see Cole start to enter the circle with a smile on her face. And the 0-2 firing away. This one popped up high. Ashlyn Martin calling off everyone in shortstop position. Catches it in shallow left field. So another fly out for the Carroll. And that was actually her second fly out. Excuse me, Sammy Labrum. She had one earlier to Brooklyn Rondo. This one going to Ashlyn Martin.
Yeah, had a big opportunity here for Morgan Sunchild, their cleanup hitter, their third base player. Get an opportunity here to put Carroll on top.
Yeah, I mean, she bats .354 on the year. She has 1 home run, 3 hits. Excuse me, 3 doubles with 17 hits and 4 runs. She also has 9 RBIs on the year. This isn't somebody that Emily Cole is going to want to mess with. Count 1-0, firing away. That one catching just on the outside. Almost thought that it caught Sunchild, but she keeps herself on the right side of batter's box. So now 2 balls, no strikes with 2 outs, and a runner on second in Kenna Thomas.
Yeah, down 2-0 in the count here. What are you looking to throw here?
Just something in the zone to put it in play. This one catching on the inside part of the zone, just as Emily Cole does so well, with a huge smile on her face. So count now 2-1 with 2 outs. Here in the top of the third, the score still remains the same at 1 apiece.
I think she goes right back to that same pitch, put the pressure on the batter.
Yeah. So Cole sets herself in the circle, delivers, send it just a little high out of the zone, and that's going to make for 3 balls in an unusual situation for Emily Cole. But I think this speaks to how well Sunchild has put herself in the position on the right side of batter's box. So count 3-1. Cole looking for that second strike. The wind. Sends it. This one batted all the way back, almost off the glove of Cole. And Thomas will score. Sunchild running around and gets to second.
What a great piece of hitting here from Sunchild, being able to wait for her pitch, battle in the count, and poke one out all the way to the wall.
So that makes the score 2-1 in favor of the Carroll Fighting Saints, the St. Bernards. And there is a dog in attendance for those who cannot see. Traveling mascot for the Carroll Fighting Saints? Maybe. Who knows? It's always great to see a dog out in the ballpark.
And the sun's starting to shine through as well. We're getting some good weather here after the wind and overcast.
So the Queen Slate pitch thrown to Alyssa Libbert. Libbert, who is the catcher for this team, by the way, finds herself again in a second scenario. She flew out earlier to Brooklyn Rondo. I feel like I've been saying that a lot. But the Fighting Saints have been making some contact, and it shows. Sunshine on second. 1 ball, no strikes. Firing away is Cole. This one batted to Ashlyn Martin. Will she have it in time? The throw is low, but is caught. And that will retire the third batter in Alyssa Libbert.
Excellent dig by Peeler at first, being able to scoop that up and not allow the ball to pass.
And we'll be right back where it's going to be Haley Wamble, Ashlyn Martin, and Violet Richardson coming up for the Bushnell Beacons on the bottom of the third. And we're back live on the Bushnell Streaming Network, bottom of the third, where Haley Wamble, who bats second in the lineup, is batting leadoff here. This comes after Brooklyn Rondo struck out against Venner earlier. So Wamble in that right-sided batter's box sees the Queen Slate come through, swings, and now that's strike one. Wamble, who had a little bit of a sac bunt to advance the runner in Brooklyn Rondo earlier in the bottom of the second. This one firing from Venner in the heart of the strike zone and will called for strike two. So Wamble finding herself a little bit behind. Count 0-2 with no outs.
We talked about the improvement of Wamble as well. Last year hitting 278, this year up to 400, having an incredible start to her season.
The 0-2 firing off the left side of the plate, and Wamble stays alive. So the count 1-2 here for Haley Wamble. And Venner and the Carroll Fighting Saints lead this matchup 2-1 right now here in the bottom of the third. This one swung hard by Wamble, but it is going to be called fouled just off the side of the plate.
Just out of the reach of Sunchild there at third, almost was able to slide over and make the play.
But it's good to see Wamble making contact this early in the at-bat. And also, just in general, it's about getting people on base, and it's about making contact, and something that the Beacons are doing well, even though they only have 1 run on the board. So Venner, the twist and fire, sends this one. This one batted back again by Wamble, keeping herself alive at the count of 1-2.
Yeah, absolutely. The Beacons have done a good job getting on base, but not necessarily in succession, kind of more in a spread out fashion. They want to get a rally going here.
Yeah, and Haley Wamble could be the person to do it with Violet Richardson following up. So the count 1-2 here in the bottom of the third. Venner delivers the underhand. Another chopped ball by Haley Wamble to stay alive.
Another foul ball coming right to the broadcast booth.
Yeah, now we've seen 2 hit the fence right in front of us. A little bit of a scary feeling from time to time, but nothing to keep us down. So Venner with a 1-2 count. The twist and fire. This one batted up high by Wambolt to stay alive again. Her third, yes, you heard me correct, third foul ball in a row.
Yeah, Wambolt clearly making good contact here. Just needs to wait for her pitch.
Indeed. So the right-handed batter steps herself back into the box. Right foot right on that back line. Wambolt to see the 1-2. Sees it inside, chops at this one, and it's fouled again. So now that's 4 in a row.
Yeah, what are you doing here if you're Varner? What pitch are you looking for to try to strike her out?
That's a tough call just because she's making contact everywhere around the zone. So you really need her to chase, and essentially I think that's what she's going to go for against Wambolt. Venner, the 1-2, fires that one up high. The chase was there.
It was there.
She's trying for the chase.
I don't mind that pitch. There's nothing to lose, really. You know, you have 2 more balls left. You know, you're able to throw something away, hope for a chase.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great pitch by Venner, and it was a good decision to keep herself. It is tied at the count, so 2-2. Venner firing that one down low, almost caught the foot of Wambolt. And now full count scenario for Wambolt and the Beacons. So Kennedy Venner sets herself in the circle. The full count twist. Sends it through. Swung up high by Wambolt, and she strikes her out.
Unfortunate for Wambolt, but it is good to help rack up the pitch count of Kennedy Marner.
Yeah, she kept the pitch count very high in that and making, you know, her teammates see a lot of pitches as well. So Ashley Martin is going to follow Haley Wambolt, another right-handed batter who's gotten on base today. Venner calling time. It's a good decision, too. We got a little bit of a comment from the umpire about Ashley Martin's walk-up song. This one swung up, but is going to fly out of Rich Schwab on the right side.
Beacon's making excellent contact. Every single at-bat seems to be fouling off multiple pitches.
Yeah, and I think that's really important for the team. It's about seeing what's coming from the hand of Venner.
Absolutely. The more you make contact, the more your confidence builds as well.
The 0-1, the underhand deal, sends it in the heart. So now the count is 0-2 for Martin.
Yeah, really important for Martin here to get on base with Richardson coming up to bat next, trying to maximize her possibility of knocking in a couple runs.
Yeah. Venner with that 0-2.
Showing bunt.
Sends it away. This one swung down low by Ashlyn Martin and gets her 3rd strikeout in a row. Yes, it was broken up by innings, but it still happened in a row. Brooklyn Rondo, Haley Wambolt, and Ashlyn Martin. So through 3 innings of work for Kennedy Venner, she has 5 strikeouts against the Bushnell Beacons. And Violet Richardson, the heavy hitter, the CCC home run leader, bats this one up high as it flies out the left side of Rich Schwab. Keeping herself alive. And Violet Richardson does the short jog back to the plate.
Yeah, former CCC Player of the Week, Violet Richardson looking to get going here early.
Yeah, she leads the CCC in home runs with 4. She's looking to make it 5 and tie this game at 2 apiece. But Richardson needs the pitch first. Venner sending this one away. Drops on the inside of the zone.
Excellent off-speed from Venner there.
The way that it dropped perfectly into the pocket. So that now for Violet Richardson is 0-2 with 2 outs and no runners on.
Yeah, I got to sit back on this one and be aggressive if you're Violet Richardson.
Kennedy Venner with the twist. Fires the 0-2 high as Richardson swings all the way through. That is now 4 batters retired in a row for Kennedy Venner. And we'll be right back on the top of the 4 action for the Bushnell Beacons versus the Fighting Saints. Don't go anywhere, folks. And we come back from break, and apparently so did the rain. So we got a little bit of light drizzle here in Rich Schwab. As Cole finds herself in the middle of the circle. Fires this one down. It's just off the left side of the plate. And that'll make for ball one against Carly Smith, who is the leadoff batter, followed by Liz Ybarra, and Brooklyn Jackson is going to be the third one right after in the 8th spot. So count 1-0 here for Smith, and now make that 1-1.
Yeah, bottom half of the order here for the Carroll Fighting Saints. Definitely looking to get going here, set it up for the top of the order.
So Cole and the Bushnell Beacons tied at 1-1 here in the bottom of the third, just off the side of the plate again. Cole, maybe with a little bit of rainfall, is having a hard time trying to grip the ball and get some control. It's very light drizzle, but still makes a difference when you're in the middle of the circle trying to find command. So Cole, the 2-1, firing away. This one chopped again by Carly Smith and ties it at 2 apiece. So here in the top of the fourth, the Fighting Saints do have the lead just by 1 run. So 2-1 in favor of the Saints. And the Beacons are playing excellent defense so far, but just hit on the right field line where it's so close, but not close enough to make a play. Cole, that 2-2, firing down just and away, and it brings up a full count scenario for Carly Smith.
Yeah, Carroll's done a great job utilizing the entirety of the field, putting balls in places where the Beacons can't get them.
Carly Smith so far this year has 4 hits. She's been batting pretty well. 235, just chops another one to stay alive in the full count.
I think that makes something like 12 foul balls in a row without a ball in play.
Yeah. It's we apologize for the little bit of wind that you're hearing. But the full count from Cole. Fires. This one batted up hard. And it is going to be fouled just down the right field line. And Smith, what excellent contact to try to keep herself in this 3-2.
Yeah, absolutely. For Cole, really like being able to maximize the potential here and being able to strike her out. 3-2 count.
So with the 3-2 count, yeah, no, Emily Cole didn't like that ball. She returned it right back to the umpire. So with that, Cole will re-enter the circle as our home plate officiant sets himself back down. The count 3-2, and Cole fires away. This one batted down low, but it's just off the side of the third baseline. So a ton of foul ball scenarios. They've seen a lot of what Emily Cole is dealing, and making that pitch count a little bit on the higher side. That full count, fires it down the middle, and again popped out the right side of the field. Stays alive, Carly. She's seeing the pitches. She knows which one she wants. It's just a matter of fact of will she get it before the full count goes either way. So the Fighting Saints lead this one here in the top of the fourth. Another inside pitch fouled, and Carly Smith stays alive. So top 4, full count with no outs. Saints lead this matchup 2-1 here in the top of the fourth.
The Saints scoring 2 runs already puts Emily Cole's earned run average of 1.81 below.
So another ball swung by Carly Smith on the inside pitch. Sends this one down the left field line. So full count scenario for Emily Cole and the Beacons. Sets herself in the circle, trying to determine what pitch to finish Smith with. Fires down the middle, chopped up again behind us. And Cole finding her 8th pitch in this at-bat, or about so. And the count remains the same at full. Still looking for that first out. Cole fires it just off the side of the plate. And after a lengthy at-bat for Carly Smith, she will advance to first on a batter's walk scenario.
Batting number 21, Liz.
We've been talking about this. The Carroll Saints are battling every single at-bat, pushing Emily Cole to a high pitch count.
Yeah, after a you know, a bottom of the first that almost felt like it had gotten away from the Fighting Saints. And you might have thought, yeah, it's one run, but this might be the time for Bushnell to kind of take over. The Fighting Saints, just as their name implies, they fight. They have found a way to be scrappy and keep themselves in it and have taken the lead as well. So with the score in favor of the Fighting Saints, it is 2-1.
Yeah, an excellent opportunity here for the Fighting Saints. No outs and a runner on.
And here's the other thing about the Fighting Saints, right? They're about 2 spots above Bushnell right now in the CCC standings. They have a 2-4 record in conference. Bushnell has an 0-6 record. Corbin is the only team above them with a 1-6 record. So really, this is an important matchup for Bushnell just to catch their first in-conference win.
Yeah, and after the series, Bushnell goes on to play Oregon Tech, who is 13-3, followed by Southern Oregon, who sits atop the conference at 21-1. So it's really essential for them to get back in the win column and snag a couple of games during this 4-game series.
Indeed. So Cole seeing this first pitch off of Ybarra. It's bunted down. Will the throw be in time? And it is. So on a bunt that was shown by Ybarra, there is a conversation to be had about whether the runner had run into Peeler. I'm 100% sure that is what is going on. They want to talk about players' interference, I would assume. I think that's it's a tough scenario for Liz Ybarra. It's a tough scenario for Riley Peeler, the person covering first. And the reason why I say this is because where the ball was thrown, it was on the inner part of the plate. And as she had run through, you know, Peeler, she didn't drop the ball. She kept the ball in her hand. And even though Ybarra thought she was safe, they will go with the fact that she was out. So after some players' interference confrontation, the play still remains the same, but now Carly Smith is on third because of it.
Yeah, very productive bunt there, being able to get the runner over to third in scoring position.
So Brooklyn Johnson seeing that first pitch come on the inside. And with one out here in the top of the fourth and a runner on third, the Beacons are looking to get that second one. This one laced down into play. Martin makes the play at first, but the runner will come in to score and make the score 3-1 in favor of the Fighting Saints, extending their lead by 2.
Yeah, runner thrown out at first, but Carroll will trade a run for an out any day of the week.
And that's a smart decision, right? Ashlyn Martin at shortstop, making the play, throwing it to Peeler to get the out. And just doing an excellent job of finally going back-to-back on outs. That's huge for Emily Cole.
Absolutely.
So clean slate pitch to Ellie Kerber coming through. This one fouled off the right side of the bat and out the right side of Rich Schwab.
Yeah, and the rain's starting to come down here at Rich Schwab Field. Fans bringing out the umbrellas in the stands.
Yeah, a little bit of sideways rain, as it had been described to us before, finding its way. Cole with the 0-1. Bunt shown off the back of Kerber. Excuse me, off the back of Kerber. And she sets herself right back up in that right side of batter's box. She's down 0-2 in this count, so really not a choice that Kerber has other than to protect the plate.
Yeah,
for Emily Cole, is a good spot.
Absolutely. An interesting bunt decision there with no runners on.
Yeah, very interesting choice, but this one coming down the heart of the strike zone, and Kerber, for the second time straight against Emily Cole, will get caught looking. So that will retire Ellie Kerber and bring up Sarah Martin, Riley Peeler, and Brianna Wilson for the Bushnell Beacons here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll be right back. Do not leave your seats.
6, Sarah Martin.
And as you just heard, Sarah Martin coming into that right-sided batter's box here in the bottom of the 4th. Hearing the Metallica blare through the speakers. And the Fighting Saints have scored in 3 straight innings. Top 2, top 3, and top 4, making this score 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Sarah Martin seeing that first pitch come through, called for ball 1.
Yeah, really great opportunity here for Bushnell to put some runs on the board, get back in this game.
Yeah, I think this is the moment where, you know, the weather's getting a little bit more hectic, and so is Bushnell. So count of 1-0. Venner slides that one high, just at the letters, and it's called for ball 2. This sideways rain is not playing as it finds our way into our eyes, but count remaining the same here in the bottom of the 4th. Venner sets and twists, fires as Martin bats this one out of Rich Schwab, and it's fouled, called for strike 1.
Yeah, Martin a little late on that fastball there, just be able to sit back on that, swing a little earlier.
Yeah, I think what's so good about that is the fact that she's just making contact to try to keep herself at bay to look for a better pitch to send it away. So count 2-1. Venner delivering this one again high at the numbers.
Another great take there from Martin.
So count 3-1 for Venner as she sets herself down low. Delivers it high, and Sarah Martin will get on base due to a walk. So good start for Sarah Martin and the Beacons.
Now batting number 19, Riley Peeler.
We have a pinch runner here at first.
Sarah Martin will come out, and can't quite see who is on first. The first base coach is blocking it. That looks to be Montana Love over on first. Yeah, that is going to be Montana Love over at first. The other catcher, besides Gracie Hamilton for the team. But that's going to bring up Riley Peeler here in the left side batter's box. Clean slate pitch coming through. Called for ball 1.
Speedy runner here on first. Could definitely expect a steal here, trying to get in scoring position.
I think what's important for Riley Peeler, who's played really well at first today, by the way, is just about trying to advance the runner, whether it's on a sac, grounder, or anything to do. This one batted up high for Peeler as she sends it out, and it touches on the left field line, and it's called fair. So in a scenario where you thought the ball might have gone foul, she finds a little bit of luck, and just as the weather got a little bit crazy, so did this ball game. You got 2 runners on base for the Beacons here in the top of the 4th. Montana Love at second. Riley Peeler now at first. And it's Brianna Wilson walking herself into the right side of batter's box. So Brianna Wilson again, who bats 186 on the year. She did ground out earlier. Catches that clean slate pitch just at the letters, but is called for ball 1.
And earlier this year, Bushnell played UBC, and the only hit for Bushnell for the entire game came from Brenna Wilson. Was able to break up the no-hit bid.
So Venner with the 1-0, twist and fires, bunt shown, and this one hit down the third baseline, will be called out at first, but the runners advance, and that's what mattered the most. So Montana Love at third, Peeler at second, and Brianna Wilson on another sack brings up Gracie Hamilton. Gracie Hamilton, who did put her ball in play, but advanced just because of an error made by Morgan Sunchild. And now you have 2 and 3 on the board. This one First pitch swung out, line drive, and that's going to retire the third batter as Montana Love took a lead off too far as she thought it was going to go through the glove of Jackson.
What a play by Jackson, able to double up the runner to end this inning.
And that's going to do it for the Bushnell Beacons here in the bottom of the fourth. We'll return for top 5 action in just a short moment. And we're back. Top 5 action here in Rich Schwab Field, where so far it's been the Fighting Saints going 3 innings straight, second, third, and fourth, scoring 1 run. And that makes the score 3-1 here in the top of the 5th for Emily Cole and the Bushnell Beacons. Cole finding herself in the middle of the circle, trying to regain some of this defensive control here into the back half of the game. Slater setting herself up in the left-handed batter's box. She's 1 for 2 so far. Shows bunt, sends it down the third baseline, but it is fouled.
Yeah, that's really been the consistency here from the Saints, being able to put up a run in every single inning, be able to put up consistent pressure against Bushnell.
And what you're seeing from Katie Slater right now is on the first pitch, you saw a bunt. She's speedy, so her getting on base has contributed a lot to the success so far of the Fighting Saints. Cole wide, sends this one on the inside. The count is 1-1 now. Slater sets herself back up in the left-handed batter's box. She's from Yamil, Oregon. She's a junior this year for the Carrolls. Emily Cole, that 1-1 sliding down, chopped all the way through, but it is foul for Katie Slater. So in a scenario where the Fighting Saints are up 2, the Beacons only have 1 on the board, it was a crucial inning for them to leave runners on the bags. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the top of the 5. Sends it just off the side of the plate and will not get called for strike 3, but instead ball 2.
Yeah, that's a good pitch there from Cole, being able to try to get her to chase. Don't have to throw something in the zone when you're up in the count.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cole with the 2-2. Comes home with it, chopped up high off the top of the bat. Slater getting too far under it. The count remains the same.
Yeah, Saints just battling every single at bat, being aggressive, putting the bat to the ball, even if it's foul.
So Cole about to deliver the 7th pitch of this at bat. The 2-2 firing high at the letters. And now it's the 8th pitch to make it full count. So Katie Slater doing an excellent job with the eye. 3 balls, 2 strikes in the left-handed batter's box. What will Cole choose? Sends this one again, chopped on a little half swing by Slater, and the full count remains the same. So Emily Cole and the Bushnell Beacons just trying to find a way to get out quickly on defense so they can go attack on offense. The full count for Katie Slater. The delivery from Cole. Off the side of the plate again and gets called for ball 4.
You know, we've talked about, you know, Carroll being able to have good discipline at the plate. They do not chase on balls out of the zone.
Yeah, no, an excellent eye, and that's all thanks to their coach who took over this team in 2022, Shauna Juarez. led the Fighting Saints last year to an impressive 20-28-1 record where they beat College of Idaho in the first round of the CCC championship. This one batted hard into center field. Rondo trying to make the throw back to first, but they get Kenna Thompson on a first pitch action, and that'll make for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, that was almost disastrous for Carroll as Katie Slater had a hard time getting back to first.
Yeah. What an excellent throw by Rondo, though. Just trying to get it on the way back. Almost had it just by a split hair. So now, Slater on first. And a clean slate pitch to Sammy Labrum. Labrum takes that first pitch for ball one. Gracie Hamilton behind the dish. And Sammy Labrum already has flown out 2 times in this matchup. Cole sends the 1-0. This one batted down deep to Wamble. Will she make the catch? It will happen. And trying to get the throw back to Slater on first is not in time. But 2 outs. Very importantly, both flyouts back to back.
Yeah, ideal situation here for the Beacons, being able to record 2 outs on a low pitch count, trying to preserve Emily Cole throughout this game.
You know, and that's what we had mentioned earlier about what would you tell Emily Cole. It's about the trust in the defense and the outfield doing their job so far. Slater on first, that clean pitch coming down to Morgan Sunchild.
Yeah,
Sunchild already making an impact with that extra base hit down the right field line.
Yeah, absolutely. We were talking about, you know, Emily Cole's defense, and the outfield has done a tremendous job today. And balls that they have an opportunity to get, they've been able to field them and get them back into the infield quickly.
So 0-1 with 2 outs here. The second pitch batted down deep. It will fall right in front of Wilson, and that advances Katie Slater to second. And that puts Morgan Sunchild on first.
How about number 24, Alyssa Liver.
What a day for Morgan Sunchild so far. 2 hits, being able to contribute greatly to the success of Carroll.
Yeah, no, there's a reason that Morgan Sunchild bats in that cleanup spot. The ability to make contact, and even if it is